So are we live? Great. We're live. So, let's increase my file. So we can start. So if any of the viewer has any questions, any of the viewers has any questions, please post them in the chat box. So if you have questions, please post them here. Have to create simulation models like solar simulation model. How can we do that? Solar simulation model, I'll be very happy if you elaborate on your question. Means, what do you mean by a solar simulation model? Do we need to model the rotation of planets around the solar system? Do we need to model the light we are getting from the sun? Do we need to model? I mean, what do we need to model over there? That is the question, and I'll answer based on that. We will grab the light from the sun. We will use that for domestic purposes as electricity. So you want to model a solar cell. So in that case, what you would need is just let me share my screen and open whiteboard and share my screen. That would be helpful. So the pen lying around here. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'll find my pen and answer that question. Okay, that is. So just give me a second. Whiteboard and I'll share my screen. So I've shared my screen and opened Microsoft Whiteboard. It is ready. Yes. So just the camera be over here and so basically what we want is we have the sun. So naturally you have a communistic on the sun's radiation and we have model for the sunlight that yeah, so the TAs evaluate the assignments, Christina. The TAs evaluate the assignments. So I saw the emails. I've asked the TAs to uh, recheck the questions and reevaluate the assignment. So that has already been taken care of. Yes, coming back, we have a model for this. Yes, and hi, Prathamesh. For sunlight that reaches the Earth, per square meter of Earth, and then we have water. So once we have the model for the solar cell, what we will do is we'll see what is the average energy the each solar cell is receiving per second, and based on that, uh, based on that average energy that the solar cell is receiving per second, we'll compute energy efficiency and we'll compute the average power that we'll get out of that cell. And naturally, that goes into a battery. We model the battery losses, and based on that, we try to see how much electricity we can or how much power can we generate per second and store that in a battery and reuse that. So that's how I understand it. So it can be for domestic purposes, it can be for commercial purposes, but that's how I understand it works. Naturally, uh, this is a very simplistic model because honestly, I've never worked on solar power. Yeah, I believe that answers your question, Tausif, as far as I can. Uh, I don't know enough semiconductors or enough power generation to comment on the very specifics of the kind of energy efficiencies that you get or the kind of equations that you will need to model this better. Want to create a Simulink model for the mentioned case. So, want, please share your lecture slides which you've used in the videos. It will be very helpful. So, I have shared those lecture slides with the continuing education technology cell over here, and they know better how to share that. I've shared my slides, shared those slides from my end. Now there are several layers in this entire thing, so it will be. I am not the right person to comment on whether how or how will these slides be shared with you. There are other administrative levels involved over there. Anyway, so you want to create a Simulink model for the mentioned one. So you want to create a Simulink model for the mentioned thing. So in order to create a Simulink model, what you will need is, I mean, uh, in order to create the Simulink model, you will need these things. So um, more than this, as I said, I'm not an expert on energy, nor am I an expert on semiconductor devices. So it will be uh, incorrect to say the least if I uh, try to do anything with this, because obviously there's a learning curve involved in all of this, and those learning curves are not done live. So yes, thank you, Tausif. So there's no coding exam here. You'll just it'll be multiple choice questions like the ones you see in the assignment. So hardly they'll ask you some simple things related to MATLAB. Is there any YouTube channel link or I can understand the basic of Simulink? Simulink. So MathWorks itself provides very good resources for learning their tools. So go to the MathWorks website and they generally have good tools to share their or good tools to learn their stuff. Simulink is a MathWorks product from what I know, but I unfortunately have never used Simulink. So again, it will be misinformed on my part to comment anything directly about something I don't know. Again, this is not the right forum to ask this question or answer this question for that matter. It's more of an individual choice rather than me commenting on a generalized case. Business systems or communication systems? I don't, I mean, I'll try my best to answer, but I'll tell you, I won't solve textbook questions. So if you have any conceptual doubts, please feel free to ask them. So, please ask the management. Yes. So, Amber, we have already, I mean, it's not the management, it's the course TAs. I've talked to them and they are reevaluating the assignments. Please, there are typographical errors in all the assignments all the time, and these get reevaluated. Please don't worry too much about it. It'll be taken care of. You won't lose any marks. Please be assured. We are supposed to increase the signal strength in a router which is providing internet specific area. How can we increasing the signal strength of a router would require you to basically change the power that is transferred through that, or basically you will need to change the power that is being transmitted by that router, and that would entail the use of a higher power transmitter. Now, uh, uh, obviously, there are because these are microwaves that we are talking about, both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So I don't actually know that how strong a transmitter can is allowed on a router. So if as long as it is within the regulated limits, you can change the power amplifier, the transmitting antenna, and you'll get a better signal. But it's more of a hardware thing than something you can do on the software end of things. You basically transmit more power. We have to create a model with 3 transmitter and 1 receiver, provide implement to show no sort of if we have to create a model with 3 transmitter and 1 receiver, provide performance comparison of different methods to implement. Uh, so again, I would request you to be more specific with your question. So transmitter means transmitting antennas, or what? And what do you mean by methods? So I'll ask questions about your question. One, is it a transmitter or a transmitting? By the word in Matlab, how can we change? Okay, let me try to answer your questions one by one. First, please let me know what do you mean? Is it a transmitter or transmitting antenna? And two, how do you measure the performance? Three, what are the different methods, protocols? Means what methods or protocols are we talking about? Four, in MATLAB, how can we change only model processing at the receiver, keeping everything else same? So what do you mean? The question is slightly vague for me to understand properly. So I'll be very happy if you, what do you mean by performance? So questions are back. Three, protocols or methods implement what? Protocols or methods to implement what? And no, no loss of message. I don't understand this term. Five, in MATLAB, how can we change only model at the receiver, keeping everything else the same? So I do not understand this statement. So please clarify on these 4 points, and maybe I can help. Second question is about Imshos in MATLAB. What procedures should we follow stress on different stress on different areas. What procedures should we follow if we have an image having different stress on different areas? What do you mean by three antenna at different location? So we have three antennas at different locations. Compare methods to given priority to each transmitters. So basically, it's something like three antennas. H1, H2, H3. So receiver gives back acknowledgement each transmitter in case of loss. So mm, this is a case of transmit diversity. So I would recommend that. So you want to simulate at a packet level. Transmit. Want to simulate at packet level transmit diversity. So uh, that these are transmitting different data. Is it so that these antennas or these transmitters are transmitting independent data? You can answer this. I'll wait for your answer and then continue. Swaram, I'm waiting for your. You can possibly join the meeting and we can make this faster. There's a meeting link posted with. Since I have taken a picture of a stress system where sand is unequally distributed in a box, now what I want through image processing is that I want to see stress at different points. This is a very, very specific research problem. This is a very, very specific research problem, and I honestly do not know. I haven't heard of something called a stress system, so I don't think I'm the right person to comment on these things. Saurabh, coming to your question, you could possibly join the Teams meeting link that is posted in the comment box, and maybe I'll be able to answer your question faster over there because right now I'm unable to follow the question properly. Again, please join the Teams meeting. Because from what I know, again, if multiple transmitters are transmitting independent data or multiple transmitters are transmitting independent packets, then I don't think that you will be able to receive anything. That is the little wireless I know. From my understanding, it's a totally lost case and not something that you can work with. That's why I'm saying it'll be better if you speak to me verbally about this or possibly mail me on my official institute email ID the problem in detail. Because right now, if these are transmitting independent data, so I'll write it down here. So what you will get is y equals h1 x1 plus h2 x2 plus h3 x3 plus some noise. This is what you will be getting. So y equals h1 x1 plus h2 x2 plus h3 x3 plus some noise. So unless so unless we know something about h1, sorry, x1, x2, and x3, like the constellation. So if they are coming from specific constellations, then we can, yes, employ a very high ML decoding, ML style decoding, and try to decode the kind of data that's being sent. But more than that, uh, doing that at a packet level is, so you are trying to simulate that at a packet level. So doing that at a packet level would mean that you will be training a preamble, and so you'll be sending a preamble in each packet and then evaluate. So you'll have to know more about the signals. So data as per the parameters. 2000. If I said I don't know anything about stress filters, so or this stress system, so it's not something I'll be able to comment on at all. It's about I know what I don't know. Thank you, Tausif. So, Saurabh, I'm waiting for you. I'll be online till 5:15. Then I have a meeting. So please try to join fast. If we cannot finish that now, you can possibly mail me and we can discuss that offline. So no one has joined the meeting, and there are no more live questions. So maybe we can stop. Yeah, we can stop. Thank you.